What's up, everybody? It is DJ, the Sports Blurred. You see it. I'm back in my basement. I have my football and I have some hot takes for you. I'm going to hop right into it. I'm going to hop right into talking about Paul Finebaum. Now, this is what I personally believe about Paul Finebaum, right? Now, he's a big SEC guy. You know that. But he lets his SEC bias taint everything else that's not in the South. Paul Finebaum, in my opinion, hates Ohio State because every time he gets a chance to talk about Ohio State, it's never anything good. I don't even think he likes the state of Ohio. He hates the Ohio State Buckeyes. He hates the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that's in Cleveland, Ohio. He hates LeBron James. He hates babies that are born in Ohio that don't go on to play for SEC teams. Paul Finebaum probably doesn't even fly on airplanes because he hates the fact that the Wright brothers, even though they're from North Carolina, actually invented the aircraft here in Dayton, Ohio. But let me tell you guys something. Tell me what else you guys think Paul Finebaum hates from Ohio. But let me tell you guys something. Paul Finebaum, he is at it again. The SEC's biggest cheerleader has taken another shot, guys, at my Ohio State Buckeyes. Now, mind you, the Buckeyes are the defending national champions. And not only that, they had to house two SEC teams in the CFP en route to their 9th championship in program history. I want to play a clip. I want you guys to start off this video by showing what he actually said first. I'm going to play a second clip, but I want you to hear the first clip and what he had to say about the Buckeyes. Play the clip. Play the clip.
Ohio State is going to lose in the opener against Texas, and they are going to struggle to make the playoffs, let alone win it all.
That is my issue with ESPN and Paul Finebaum. He says, now it got cut out of that clip, that he does not like Ohio State. Paul Finebaum, when it comes to Ohio State, and you guys know this, the SEC is in the back pocket of ESPN. If you don't believe me, remember this. In 2020, ESPN came out and said that they're going to actually start a partnership with the SEC, a 10-year partnership, right? And it's going to pay the SEC upwards of almost $800 million, maybe even more than that. Now, the SEC, they signed that deal, no problem. They're making money hand over fist. But when you guys are business partners together, of course you guys are going to be in the back pockets of one another. Of course you guys are going to support one another. And any team that has any threat or shows any threat to an SEC team, i.e. Ohio State, you're going to roll them over. You're not going to give them the benefit of the doubt. Texas has done absolutely nothing to deserve a number 1 ranking, yet here they are. And again, I really believe it's because of recency and media bias. But to come out and say that they're going to struggle to make the CFP, that's blatantly false. I mean, to struggle, Paul, I mean, not only is it crazy, it's asinine, asin-10, and asin-11, as my boy Skip Bayless would say. You know, after the loss to Michigan, Paul Finebaum, ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, all the other the big guys at ESPN, they said that Ohio State had no chance to beat Tennessee when they came to the horseshoe for the opening round of the CFP, let alone any chance whatsoever to win the national championship. And what did Ohio State do? They went on to have probably the greatest postseason run in college football history, which culminated with them winning a national championship. Now, I did predict this, that they would win the Natty the day after they lost to Michigan. If you don't believe me, I'm going to drop at least the video here. And here's the thing, man. We got to be honest. Paul Finebaum is in the SEC. He's not just in the SEC. Paul Finebaum might just be the mouth of the SEC. I mean, he's built a career talking about Alabama, Auburn, Georgia, Vanderbilt, Florida, etc. I mean, he has a radio show dedicated to not just the SEC, not just SEC football, but pretty much SEC culture. To him, Saturdays in the South aren't really just about football. It's more religion to him. That's how everybody in the SEC world looks at football. It's bigger than just football down there. It's like part of their livelihood, y'all. it's culture, it's religion. You know, the problem with me when it comes to Paul Finebaum is I just think he's a big hypocrite. He constantly points out when Ohio State beats up on weaker Big Ten teams or if they have a weaker non-conference schedule, but he always seems to forget somehow when Alabama, Florida, Georgia run through a cupcake non-conference schedule every single year, it seems like. Now, Texas is going to step up. They're going to play Ohio State. Finally, we get a team from the SEC to come out of the South and play up north. But that game was scheduled well before Texas was even in the SEC. But he always seems to forget when they play, weaker schedules. And when Paul Finebaum came on 97.1 The Fan, which is a local sports show based out of Columbus, Ohio, here, he even doubled down on what he said about Ohio State. Please play that clip.
Like Ohio State, and you're not sure they'll make the playoff. What did you actually say? And give us a couple reasons of why you said what you said.
I'm going to sound like a politician now. I really don't know what I said. I was trying to make a point about why I thought Texas was going to win that game. And no, I mean, ultimately, the more I probably did say what I was quoted as saying, or what some Buckeye fans got upset about. I think Ohio State is not a sure thing because I am even though I respect Julian Sayin, got to know a lot about him during his 15 minutes at Alabama. But I think this is going to be a difficult year primarily because I've watched teams win a championship and then deal with the pressure of trying to repeat. And I don't think Ohio State can repeat. I hate to put my chips on the table behind James Franklin, but that seems to be where all the action is. I said I thought Texas will go in there.
Again, to me, I just think Paul is just one big mouthpiece. To say all those things about Ohio State, to even come on a Ohio State sponsored, or not necessarily sponsored, but Ohio State backed fan, site. I just can't understand why he would do that unless he's just trying to stir the pot. Because at the end of the day, y'all, this is what all of it is. It's about business. It has little to do with the football itself. It's about business. It's about stirring the pot. It's about getting those clicks. It's about getting that recognition to make sure that you are somehow in the media. And Paul Finebaum knows good and well that Ohio State has a huge fan base out there. And so if he can do just a little bit, to throw a little bit of that rat poisoning in, he knows that me, the Sports Blurred, and all the other Ohio State fans are going to click on it and are going to want to bash him. But what do y'all think, man? Am I tripping? If I'm tripping, let me know, guys. If I'm out of line, let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys are still here, please like, comment, subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Man, I'm just a guy who gets in front of his camera, hopes for like maybe 100 or 200 views on a YouTube video, and man, you guys always crush it every time, dude. I can't tell you guys enough how much I appreciate you guys. I feel like that's something that I don't hear a lot of people say. It's this thank you. And if you're still watching this, I genuinely thank you for checking in with me, whether it be commenting, subscribing, any of it. I genuinely thank you because I really enjoy doing this. And when I get to go back and forth with you guys in the comments, to me, there's no better feeling in the world. I work a lot of hours. I work 50 plus hours a week, but that little time where I get to just comment on somebody else's YouTube channel or even respond back to one of my own comments, man, I really like y'all. So thank you guys so much. I hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Paul Finebaum, please stop hating on Ohio. I don't know what we did. I'll give you the shirt off my back if it means that you'll stop hating us. Take care, guys.